sugar juice there. 73 kilos. And I'm like, how the heck? And I'm like 59 kilos on the exact same diet. And I'm like, how the heck is this working? I'm 59 kilos. And my girlfriend's 73 kilos. And she's about 167 centimeters. And I'm 6 foot 183. Well, I'm going to talk about thyroid health. Thyroid basically regulates your weight. It's a little gland that secretes, you got thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, and your T4. They're the main ones. If you're struggling to lose weight, you're holding all the fat, chances are your T4 is low, and aka hypothyroid, and that means your TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone, is going to be higher, high normal or high, elevated, and that's your thyroid, basically saying try and produce more T4. Now, that said, it's also an adaptation to starvation. Like if you're in the jungle and there's not enough food, there's a shortage of seasons, there's big storms that have destroyed all the fruit, the carbohydrates that humans are designed to run on. Back in the day, like we grew up with fruit. Fruit. We're basically monkeys with iPhones and ride bikes. That's what we are. We're monkeys. We're frugivorous monkeys, bonobos. That's how we're designed. Obviously, we don't live in a fruit jungle anymore. The fruit quality is pretty poor. The fruit quality is really low in sugar. You go to the supermarket, you buy fruit, and it tastes like Vaseline and pesticides. You know what I mean? It's hideous. Most 99% of the fruit you go to the market and buy is hideous. And people might say, "Oh no, it's really good." You've never had good quality fruit. You know what I mean? It's like it's comparing. There's so many analogies we could do. It's like someone gives you 5 cents when you're 5 years of age, and you're like, wow, the tooth fairy gave me 5 cents or $1. And then when you get to adult, you're like, you lose $100 or $200, you don't even notice it. You know what I mean? So it's that context, the contrast. There's really good fruit where I live. I bet I'd go there and I'd be like, what is this? Pesticides, fungicide, rodenticide, and Vaseline. And where's the sugar? The Brix value is like 5. Anyway, got out of our chest. So your thyroid runs on glucose, on sugar. So what you'll see is people do the keto diet or whatever, their TSH goes right up. And the T4 goes right down. This is just common knowledge. Go through all the forums, the keto forums. You'll say, I went to the doctors, I'm feeling sluggish, I'm cold. Well, it's raining here, it's a windy day today. And just feel like crap, I've got no energy, I'm running on coffee. And you see the keto people, big dark circles under their eyes. Now for some people that can be genetic, but I'd say that's probably 1% of people out there. But what I observe with people who don't get enough carbohydrate consistently is they get these black circles under their eyes. Their eyes look really tired because they're just chugging the caffeine stimulus. Look at maybe someone like Casey Neistat, who doesn't do keto, but you can tell he's really just, under the pump. He puts himself on the pump. So that's an example. You see a lot of the keto, the girls, they put all the makeup under their eyes and they, make sure they use really good lighting and stuff just to hide those bags under the eyes. And that's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking anyone who's got that. It's just cosmetic. It's fine. Some people have it genetically. If they're really stressed out in their head, they can have a lot of that. But generally, the keto diet gives you those bags, and you have to use lighting and makeup to try and cover them up because your cortisol's up. Because when you don't have enough carbohydrate, the body has cortisol to increase your blood sugar, so you've got some sugar for your brain function. Your blood is always preserving the brain, so it has hormones like cortisol to keep the sugar keep going. It's like a reserve cash. You've traveled. It's like a traveler's check. You've lost your cash. You've lost your card. You've got a couple of traveler's checks in your sock, and you're pulling them out. That's what cortisol is, to try and just get you through the day if you don't have enough carbohydrates. So caffeine gives you a cortisol spike. Not enough carbs gives you a cortisol spike. Keto diet, it just keeps your cortisol up, and eventually, boom, you get a crash. You get Cushing syndrome, where your face becomes like a moon. Like in those cartoons with it's like a cartoon moon, This rain's coming down here. We're getting washed out. God, what a nice. So yeah, and when you do a low carb diet, it smashes your thyroid. If you have carb restricted, maybe like, I'm not doing low carb, I'm just cutting up for a bodybuilding competition, I'm cutting up for a wedding, I'm doing like, just trying to lose a few kilos, I'm cutting my carbs down, and maybe eating 200, 300 grams a day, which is not really keto at all, but it's not enough for a grown adult, especially if you've got kids, work, relationships, sport, you're just trying to get stuff done, and you're running on traveler's checks. Eventually, your body's like, crash, motivation gone, nothing matters anymore, apathy in, because your body wants to conserve calories, weight gain up, rebound, boom. And I've been around this for the last 24 years, coaching women, mostly women. Most of my customers, clients, patients, friends, whatever you want to call them, I call them friends, I call them people. Most of them are women. I'd say I'd probably coach 80% women and 20% men, because women, just so weight loss, focused, for many, many reasons. And so what I notice is thyroid. I've stumbled across this. I'm like, why is someone doing a diet and they can't lose any weight? In actual fact, some people are starting to gain weight. And I'm like, what? I had a girlfriend one time. She had done like bikini competitions and just in the gym. She'd taken stimulants, and she's open about it. She'd taken clenbuterol. She'd even taken thyroid medication. And then we got together, and she was totally natural, 100% natural. I lived with her for 24 hours a day. She was into raw food, and she got up to 70. There's water coming in this MacBook here. She got up to 73 kilos on a raw food diet of eating mostly oranges, some bananas, not too many, oranges, a little bit of bananas, lots of zucchini and tomato. It was pretty low calorie. 73 kilos! And I'm just thinking, wow, the hell does this work, This is dripping here. Let's just move along with it. Sugar juice there. 73 kilos, and I'm like, how the heck? And I'm like 59 kilos on the exact same diet. And I'm like, how the heck is this working? I'm 59 kilos, and my girlfriend's 73 kilos, and she's about 167 centimeters, and I'm 6 foot 183. And we're eating exactly the same diet, and there's 14 kilos of difference. And it wasn't muscle she had on her, it was fat, and mostly edema, water retention. And I was just like, yeah. And I'm like, is she going out at night time when I'm sleeping and eating KFC and Big Macs? She wasn't. She definitely wasn't. But I was just like, how does that work? What's going on? And then I started to do more homework, started to talk with more people, and I'm just understanding there's a thing called metabolic damage. Adaptive thermogenesis, post-starvation obesity. Now, this girl at the time, girlfriend, she had done water fasts. She had done eating just rock melons. Just eating bananas. Just crash diets where you don't get enough carbohydrate. Just eating mangoes, So, which is really, really tough because you can't always have enough ripe mangoes on hand. Like ripe. Not ripe of like, well, this mango's fine. Like, you see people cutting open a mango, like, dude, that's starchy and non-sweet as heck. Oh, no, it's beautiful. Like, eat 10 of them. Well, I couldn't eat 10 of them. It's like, yeah, because it's crap. When the mangoes are incredible, you can literally eat 10 mangoes this big. Literally. If you're, I kid you not, maybe 7, maybe even 17, depends on how, big you are or whatever your appetite. It's literally legit mangoes, man. Like, legit mangoes, Just like good music. The music you like, you can listen to for hours. Okay? So good fruit, you're like, wow, what is this? It cracks me how hard it is to find good fruit these days. It's really, really sad. Because then people just like, they listen to me like, what do you want about, dude? Like, go to the market, get a mango. People like have a slice of mango. Yeah, this is nice. Like, good fruit, you'll be like, you will remember it for the rest of your life. I can remember a mango I had in 2005, mangoes on an orchard. Like, best mangoes I've ever had in my life. Like, I still remember them. Like, I get flashbacks, man. You know, I get PTSD. Post-traumatic saliva disorder. I salivate when I think about those mangoes. They were so good. So sugar-rich. If you sprinkled sugar on top of those, I'll be like, get that sugar away. There's enough. This is as good as it gets, dude. You know what I mean? It's like adding sun to sun. It's like adding sunshine on a really hot day. Like, there's enough sun, dude. All right? You know, it's like, but there's other mangoes you have, and like, put the sugar on, blend it with sugar, because there's no sugar in this mango. So you have this situation. This girlfriend was 73 kilos, you know, and eventually she got down to 50 kilos. Once she started adding refined sugar in the form of white sugar, brown sugar, table sugar, sweet drinks, sodas, Sprite. Back when Sprite used to have real sugar in it, and it wasn't like this fake stevia rubbish. Sprite today is like dishwater. It's like dishwater from Pfizer. You went to the laboratory and said, hey guys, can we use all your industrial wastewater and put it in a can? Sprite used to be fruit in a can in 2015 in Thailand. It was so sweet. Now Sprite is Pfizer lab water in a can. In my opinion, that's what it tastes like. It's hideous. Oh my God. You know, so the low sugar thing is just getting out there more and more. And more people have thyroid issues. And a lot of people take thyroid medication. Most of the people in the fitness industry, I call it the steroid industry, where people are, you know, lying about taking steroids. And I've got no problems with people taking steroids at all. I've used them before. They're very, very easy to get. Very, 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 very common. You know, they're all over Instagram, social media, etc. You know, they're just everywhere. And you'll see a lot of those people who are really shredded. They're abusing and using thyroid medications, mostly T3 and T4, thyroxine, etc. You know, because it just revs up your metabolism. And of course, it shuts down your own T3 and T4 production. So I don't recommend it. Now, maybe if someone has a real thyroid issue, there's a situation where maybe it's, you know, using thyroid medication, but there's side effects, man. I don't recommend using hormones, especially thyroid, when you can just like get enough sleep, water, sugar, and your thyroid's going to come back on. You know what I mean? Like, it cracks me when people are using things they don't need to use, especially on a day-to-day basis. It's like, come on, what are you doing? So yeah, it's a fact that I've observed people who don't get enough carbohydrates will have thyroid issues. Thyroid symptoms, really, really cold. In cold weather, you're like you're cold. You're weak. I see a lot of cyclists have thyroid issues that don't have the same power and passion. Alright? When your thyroid's good, you got passion, you get aggressive in a good way. I see cyclists, I know cyclists who are skinny, but I know they got thyroid issues, they got no power, they get dropped in races by, you know, fat cyclists who flog them. Because these people are so burnt out, and eventually they'll rebound and blow right out in time. And then just start to cycle again. Get fat, and then starve. Then get fat, and then starve. Without ever breaking the cycle of going, give me enough fruit, sugar, white rice, corn, oats, baked potatoes, as much as I want all the time. You know, these people just don't learn. And in the meantime, their mood, man. When you got low thyroid, your mood is shite. You're cranky, you're bitchy, you're snitchy, you're it's hideous. Being around people with low thyroid, it's like, oh man, they're just so whiny and unmotivated. Like, do we have to? What's the point? And it's just like, oh, it really gets tired real quick. That's why if you said to me, Harley, would you date someone who is scared of sugar? And I'm like, dude, don't even tell him my name. I'll talk to him for 10 minutes maybe, but, you know, I'll try and tell him the truth about sugar. But, man, I would not want to live in the same house as because I'm so sugared up. You know, I'm just so, like, understand the power of sugar. It's just like if someone's scared of spiders and I have to live with them. And every time there's a spider, they're freaking out. I'm just like, oh my God, you're an adult. What are you doing? It just cracked me. You know, I'm a hyped up dude. I like having energy, man. Like real energy. Where I can go and see a mountain and go, I'm going to sprint up that as hard as I can. I might be the fastest up there. I might not be the fastest. I might be the top 5 or top 10 or even top 100. Depends who turns up. But I'm going to sit at top of the mountain and I'm going to sprint up there. And I'm going to enjoy it. All right? I'm going to give my body the sugar it needs. Or I'm going to sit down and listen to someone and give them the best advice, the absolute truth that they need to hear. Because I've got the energy to talk and listen. All right? So it's not just about fitness. People say, oh, you'll just train. I hardly train anymore. I've ran 77 kilometers this year. 77k the year. And we're like, what are we in? Week 48? No, week 49. So that's about 2 kilometers a week. And this morning I ran an 18 for 5k. Next week we'll try and go back in the 17s. You know, I've trained not much on the bicycle. So, you know, there's plenty of people out there who train the house down and they still can't budge any weight. You know, because their thyroid, their T4 and T3, boom, down in the boondocks. TSH up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the training in the world, can't lose weight. Thyroid, cooked, because they're scared of sugar. Then you know what they do? I'm going to do a juice fast with a little bit of apple juice. Oh, that's enough sugar. And then their eyes just go black and they're just like this cortisol spiked face. And then they're just moody. They've got no libido. And then their boyfriend or wife or side chick or husband is like, oh my God, you got no libido. You're whining. It's like, why am I even here? What can you offer me? Your attitude's crap. You got no libido. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing? It's like a bicycle with flat tires and jumpy gears and the handlebars are crooked. You're like, what is this junk? Let's get this fixed, man. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than a bicycle with flat tires, clunky gears, a rusty chain, and the handlebars aren't straight, and a loose headset, and a seat that's too low. You know, that's what people do when you're doing the keto diet or insufficient sugar. That's what you are. You're a rusty chain bike with a loose rear wheel, rubbing brakes, rusty chain that jumps around because the gears aren't tuned, bent derailleur hanger, bars off center, you know, loose headset so you're backing and forward like a flamingo on a windy day. I mean, it's insane. That's what people do in the name of weight loss. It's crazy, man. Just stop the insanity. Carb up. Sugar. You need sugar for thyroid health. And you can deny it and scream and say, no. Get your bloods tested. Alright? It's your thyroid. It's not, my thyroid's great. No medications here. No thyroid meds, alright? Get yourself tested. And if you disagree with me, show me what your bloods are. And let me talk to your family and see how your moods are. Alright? Now, you might just be one of those people who's just got a short temper. You know, maybe you're Italian or you're European, East, where, you know, you're snappy and you're snippy and you're fiery. Maybe you're a Scorpio or a Sagittarius or, you know, who knows? And maybe you get enough carbohydrates. Yeah, but you'll still be a better version of yourself than if you were getting less. Alright? 100%. Just like you give me the bicycle, it's all the problems in the world with it. I'll tune it up. But if it's still a Walmart dual suspension clunker, you know, it ain't going to be a Pragma Glycogen 2.0 6.5 kilo bike with wind space hyper 38s and SRAM red 10 6.5 kilo 56. Thanks for coming. You know what I mean? So you'll be the best version of yourself, and we can always aim to improve our emotional muscle, emotional fitness. That's what I work on these days. Fitness, been there, done that. Still fit, feeling great. 43. Emotional fitness is really what matters, because you can have the best fitness in the world, but if you have emotional weakness, you don't have control over your emotions, then nothing really matters, man. Really, does it? You know, it feels like nothing really matters. So again, jump on the forums, just go on the forums, spend an hour just reading thyroid issues, keto, on the forums. Oh, that's just anecdotal evidence. True. But that's, you know, that's something that people don't troll about. You know, that's real stuff. And it's anecdotal, but just like, you know, I could go on a forum and look at a review of a titanium spoon. You know, something that's pretty innocent. There's no much bias about it. Doesn't really get much passion going on. And, you know, I could say, oh, this titanium spoon, it snaps and gets caught and you dislodge in your throat. Right? It just snaps right here on that little line. And if I'm just n equals 1, okay, one person, let's say there's 200 people on a forum saying, yeah, I snapped off the spoon, here's a photo, blood test from the doctor says I got a spoon down my throat. Blood test from the doctor says my thyroid is shot, okay, from the keto diet. Can't lose any weight, rebound weight, post-starvation, obesity, get the little chunky chipmunk face, alright? It happens all the time on keto. Go see on the forums, have a look. Don't be lied to by these people out there who say, I'm doing carnivore keto diet, and you know they're not. Or maybe they're doing it part-time. They're carving up when I was looking. They're training hard. They're using thyroid medications. It's like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? You're just such a fraud. Right? If you're going to use meds, tell people you're going to use them versus say, hey, I built all this muscle like Sean Bayer, you know, claiming he doesn't just eat meat. You have to be gullible to believe that. You have to be so gullible. Come on, how old are you people? Are you 5? Are you 8? You still believe in Santa Claus? There's people out there who are going to lie to your face to take your money because you want to hear bullshit stories, man. And they're going to go, well, what? I may as well tell the fairy tales to the people who want to buy fairy tales. Why not? So they're going to give the money to someone else. May as well be me. All right? Anyway, that's the rants to rave. Just do your blood tests and then test again. Just have all the white sugar, all the white rice, the fruit. Keep your oil out of your diet. Oil's one of the worst things if you're trying to lose weight. Oil's fat. The fat you eat's the fat you wear. Disagree with me, but you're still going to be wrong. And it's not about calories in, calories out. It's about thyroid health. Alright? It's thyroid health, man. Look after your thyroid. You only have one. You know, just look after yourself. Just drop if you go calories in, calories out, you'll have a miserable life. Miserable life compared to you like, I now eat unlimited carbohydrates from plants, white rice, fruit, sugar, corn, barley, oats, quinoa, lentils, if you like lentils, you know, fruit, sugar, white rice, corn, potatoes, baked, steamed, not fried. If you're getting too lean, eat fried food. Right? If your body fat's too low, eat more fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. Effortlessly. Thanks, McDougal, for that soundbite. It's true, man. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. If I want to increase my body fat, I eat more fries. I eat more avocado. Would you get obese eating avocado? No, but you can get fat. You can look like an avocado. Will you look like a bucket of KFC on avocado? No. You look like an avocado. Ever seen an avocado run? Looks pretty cute. I see him every day out running. I remember seeing this girl live near me for over 2 years. It would have been. She runs 10Ks every single day, and she had gotten heavier. When I first saw her, you know, I talked to her because her form was pretty average. I just talked to people. I said, hey, maybe you could do this and that. She's like, cool. I was just in one of those moods, chatty. And I haven't seen her for a while. Maybe she's moved, maybe she got injured, maybe she quit, who knows. But she was gaining weight over the time. You know, she wasn't fat, but if you said she runs 70K a week, you'd be like, really? Wow. You know, over 2 years, man. And she was like a carb restrictor. She's like, oh, you know, yeah, I try and eat really healthy. I avoid sugar, avoid the processed carbs, you know, just a bit of rice and brown rice here and there. You're one of those types. And man, just, you know, it would be great to get an interview with her. Maybe if I see her again. Yeah, but I doubt people would want to jump on like that. But you know, so I'm one of those people who's obsessed. You know, I'm not afraid to go up the street and talk to someone, ask them about, you know, what their beliefs are, whatever. And now I can pretty much get to the point where I can look at someone and tell you exactly what they think of what their diet beliefs are, what their exercise beliefs are, what medications they're on for some people. You know, it's pretty obvious. So, you know, I like to be that forensic, you know, what's the word? Sherlock Holmes of nutrition. I don't know why, but I just find it, you know, I find it a great personal interest, studying human behavior, animal behavior. I love the freedom that I'm not in a university and I have to follow the guidelines of what's taught and this is how it is, you know. I can have an open mind, turn off the programming, turn on the eyes, tune in what's going on and look at what nature's providing and what farmers providing, what's media's providing, and just go, wow, look at this craziness going on out there. So get your thyroid tested, check it out. If you can't lose weight, please get your thyroid levels checked, all right? And I almost guarantee your TSH is going to be it's going to be higher than normal, and your T3 and T4 low. And the doctor might say, hey, you need thyroxine, you need thyroid medication. I would say, eat more carbohydrates, get more rest, drop off the caffeine a bit, cut it back, give your body time, give it 1, 2, 3, 6 months, test again. And I will always be certain your thyroid levels, your T3, T4 have gone back up, and your TSH coming back down. Does that make sense? Would that be a good idea? Instead of using medication with a lot of side effects, potential side effects, wouldn't it be better just to use increased carbs, decrease the caffeine, get a bit more recovery, you'll be in better mood, or you can take your thyroid medication and be, for some people it makes me even more nuts, because now they're all like more energy, and they're still crazy from being undercarbed. So their freakouts are even like volcanic. When you're undercarb, your freakout can be like, I haven't got so much energy to burn. But when you're on the thyroid meds and the caffeine, when you have that undercarb freakout, that can be volcanic, where nobody wants to live with you. Your kids don't want to be around you. Your cat doesn't want to be around you. The flies and mosquitoes don't even want to be around you. The ants walk out of your house like, oh, we had enough. We're getting out of here. We're moving out. You know what I mean? So undercarb, so volcanic freakout. The ants move out of your house because you're so undercarbed. That's the reality of some people. Imagine being married or something like that. Anyway, that's the deal. Carb up. Do the experiment, man. And when you do blood tests, please don't just go, oh, the doctor said it was fine. Get numbers, get printouts, and store those, whether it's on your computer, your email, or a folder at home. Store them. Don't just go, doctor said it was fine. Because maybe it was fine, but you're like 1 point of low normal, right? Which means for me, you're on the edge, you know? Or you might be really like high normal, which means you're on the edge. Doctor says that's fine. Doctors are busy. They skim through stuff all the day. Hundreds of patients, tens of patients, whatever. They don't have time to really just like look at everything. So don't put your trust in your doctor. Your doctor's just a human like me and you. They're busy. They've got things on, whatever, you know? Doctors are human. They make mistakes. Get your test, get your printout, all right? And understand that levels vary all the time as well. One test, it's not, don't freak out over one test, but it can give you a bit of a window of what's going on, okay? You should understand these things. It's very, very basic, all right? You don't need to be a doctor to understand a thyroid blood test. Just Google up, do a bit of reading. TSH, too high. T3, T4, too low. Hypothyroid from not enough carbs, all right? And you read out there, sugar's bad for the thyroid. But the thyroid runs on sugar. That's like saying electricity's bad for your phone. What?